Hey everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. It's now been about 3 days since Savannah's spicy hookup with Callum, one of her clients that she met at the real estate open house in the last episode. And he hasn't called, so she wants to distract herself and she's going to invite her best friend Siobhan over for a little sleepover, girls' night. Siobhan has arrived and she is so adorable. So she just arrived from Henford on Bagley, where she lives. She tends to a family farmhouse that's been in her family for generations. And already a little bit of weirdness around the hugging. Siobhan is an unflirty and kind of socially awkward sim, so sometimes she has those little quirky moments, but regardless of all that, they are absolutely very tight as best friends. And so we're going to have them just sit on the couch and catch up. Let's discuss interests. And it's also brighten Siobhan's day. She's had some long travels from her hometown to visit the big city and see her best friend. And you know what? Let's also have them just like spill some tea. What better way to catch up with your dear friend than to spill the tea? I'm sure Savannah's telling her about her hookup with Callum, and just looking at her buffs, she is feeling confident from wearing a designer bag. And also, of course, from just having a good friend in Siobhan and the pleasant conversation. And also she gained some skill at work earlier, so she's happy about that. And of course she loves the good environment. And she's feeling a little flirty, a little frisky from ovulation. So thankfully the ovulation has happened after her little hookup. I'm sure Siobhan, this subject matter is probably a little unfamiliar for her because she doesn't have much of a love life going, so I'm sure she's living vicariously through her best friend. So let's have them go to the gym just to get some exercise in. They love going to workout classes together like they did in college, so it's a fun way for them to reconnect and have a fun activity that they're doing together, especially after a day at work for Siobhan and some travels for a day at work for Savannah and some travels for Siobhan. So let's have them join the brain boosting yoga class. The temperature definitely has dropped. It is a freezing cold day today, but the bright side of it is that we're getting closer and closer to Winterfest, which Savannah definitely loves, and this year she's going to be spending it with her dad and his girlfriend in their Strangerville trailer park. Last year she spent it at her mom's house with her stepdad and her brother, but she spent Harvest Fest with them this year, as you saw in the last episode. And if you haven't had a chance to see it, I recommend you hop on over and watch it. Also, 110 simoleons for a yoga class is so steep. Like, I feel like the pricing of things in The Sims is just very interesting and a bit absurd sometimes. But also, they don't have to pay for random things like toilet paper, so I guess it probably all evens out. Oh, Savannah's having a hard time being steady on her feet, so this class is definitely good for her for getting her balance. Also, the hookup with Callum was definitely a first for her, so she's usually really liked being in longer relationships, several years, and so this is her first time living alone, living in a big city, and so she wanted to see what that experience is like. And she definitely had a lot of fun with him, but in terms of him having not called her or texted or anything for the past 3 days, that definitely doesn't feel good, and it's making her have some regrets about the experience. So she definitely wishes he did better aftercare, essentially. Shavasana, my favorite part of a yoga class. Anyway, maybe it's a lesson learned that maybe she doesn't want to necessarily hook up with somebody right away, or maybe not necessarily with a client. So we'll see what kind of decisions she makes from here on out. Oh, a meditation revelation. Do we want to embrace that Savannah likes wellness? Yes. I love that for her. Great. I love that she's feeling inspired from that yoga class, and it looks like Siobhan had a good experience as well. Oh, and it's snowing. I love it. The first snow is here. Ooh, let's have them relax together in the steam room. That honestly must feel just so lovely, like on a very cold day, just to walk into a nice, warm steam room. Especially after this cold little journey they have to make from the yoga studio to the steam room. I love this for them. What a relaxing, wonderful way to spend the afternoon. Poor Siobhan is so cold. Hopefully the steam in here is gonna... Oh, she's like, you know what? I don't think this is for me. So doesn't look like she's gonna be staying in the steam room, which is... Oh, Savannah has an instant attraction to this guy next to her, Marcel. And who's surprised? Not me. Not me, I'll tell you that much. My girl has an instant attraction to practically every man she encounters, and she's an equal opportunity dater. So let's have her just interact with the folks in the steam room, right? As opposed to awkwardly sitting there in this tight space with 4 people, might as well have some interaction and good conversations. And who knows, maybe one of them is in the market for a house and she could sell them a house one day. It's trying to see where Siobhan went. Steam room was not her thing, so... Oh, she went to another class. Love that for her. She was like, you know what? That first class was amazing. I want to do it twice. 2 in one day. Respect. Wow, also that scary looking NPC next to her with the mohawk.
Brother,
Blend the contour, babe. Blend the contour. So let's have her just make some small talk and get to know Marcel. Oh, okay, Savannah learned that Marcel is a goofball who obviously is awkwardly doing push-ups in the middle of a very small steam room. Because why not? Why not make this awkwardly tight space even more awkward? So let's actually go home. I see she's hungry, and we'll have Siobhan and Savannah make some food for dinner tonight. So they are back home, and Savannah needs to use the bathroom, so we'll have her go ahead and do that. I feel like they should have something warm and cozy, like maybe a soup of sorts. Let's see. Just given the cold weather, I feel like a soup could be good. Maybe, matzo ball soup. Let's do that. So we'll have them make a serving of matzo ball soup. I love how much more cooking skill Savannah has slowly been gaining since moving out to live on her own. When she first moved into her first apartment, she had like level 1 cooking skill, and I think she's at like level 4 or something, which is really great. It actually looks really good. Wow. And let's have them have some deep conversation while enjoying their dinner together. Like now that they've had a couple of hours together to kind of get back in the groove and the comfort of their friendship, they can have some deeper convo. Also, Siobhan learned that I'm gonna keep messing up their names. Savannah learned that Siobhan is a geek, which she definitely is. A geek, unflirty, kind of goofy, but has a heart of gold. So let's keep her laughing and tell her a funny story. They have the same sense of humor, which definitely bonds them. Acquired crab lice. Savannah acquired crab lice, parasitic insects that infest genital area and cause intense itching, typically contracted through sexual intercourse with infected sims or from sleeping in infested beds. Pubic lice do not voluntarily leave, so proper treatment is required. So we can buy lice killer shampoo. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's have her tell her best friend the story of how she not only has been ghosted by this man who has not called or texted her in 3 days after hooking up, but has acquired crab lice from him. Like, was it worth it? I'm thinking it probably was not a worthwhile endeavor for her to trust this man and go home with him for the night, because the crab lice are not a cool situation for her to deal with. So let's have her go to the Wicked store to go and pick them up. Oh my gosh. Also 200 simoleons. Gosh. So Savannah is back from the Wicked store, so we'll have her take a bath so she can use the lice shampoo that she bought. Alright, so let's use the medicine. Savannah used the lice shampoo and all the bugs are gone. Love that for her. Alright, let's revive the sleepover party. We're not gonna let Callum ruin her little girls' night, and let's have Savannah make them some drinks. Martini is always a solid choice. Very strong, but I can imagine that Savannah wants a stiff drink after the evening she's had. What a twist to go from a relaxing yoga class and steam room to shampooing out crabs. Let's change her into her pajamas so she's fully relaxed. And drinks are served. Let's have the girls pick up where they left off, catching up. I'm sure Siobhan is like, this is why I don't date, this is why I live on our farm and hang out with my animals, because men will give you crabs.
Don't have sex, because you will get pregnant and die.
Savannah dodged a bullet, so she's feeling energized. Let's have her give a pep talk to Siobhan and also talk about female empowerment. She's probably feeling like, you know what, men, after everything she's been through in the past couple of days, especially today. Also, it's officially Tuesday, meaning it has been 4 days since Callum hit it and quit it, so he definitely sucks. After some good laughs and a couple of martinis later, the girls are ready to wrap it up for the night. It is a little after 2 a.m. and Savannah has work in the morning. Siobhan, she's so sweet, she's helping with cleanup, which is great, and it's definitely time for them to turn in for the night. So we'll have Savannah go to sleep and Siobhan will be staying in the second bedroom. Let's turn off the lights. We need to do everything we can to save a buck here and there where we can. And Siobhan is fast asleep, and so is Savannah on this beautiful snowy night in San Myshuno. It's the next morning and Savannah's gonna get changed for work before she heads to the real estate rabbit hole for about 4 hours. Siobhan is getting ready to head back home to Henford on Bagley. So we will see Savannah when she gets back from work in a few hours. Savannah is back and she got promoted. She is now promoted to home stager. She'll now make an additional $44 an hour. And she got a bonus of $750. That's amazing. One of her neighbors is out, so let's have her introduce herself. She's been planning to get to know her neighbors, so might be a good chance for her to do that today. She got a text from Al, who she met at the open house party, inviting her to GeekCon. No thanks. Another instant attraction. The Sims 4 Love Struck EP is just so generous on who is attractive, and by who they literally mean everyone. Is anyone else having the same experience with this EP, where the instant attraction is just happening for like everybody? Let me know in the comments. I think it would be nice if she would actually go and visit his place, Bradley. Let's just have her go visit each of her neighbors' apartments on the floor that she lives on so she can get to know them. So we'll have her do that this afternoon because she's actually not going to be going into the office today. They have an overnight international team trip coming up this week. Savannah loves to bake, so let's have her bring over some baked goods for her neighbors. Let's see, what should she make? Cereal marshmallow square sounds so good. Let's go with that. My hope is that this gesture of goodwill to her neighbors will make them like her and be more considerate. And by considerate, I mean no more loud woohooing that keeps Savannah up late at night, or loud domestic disturbances, whatever they're doing that gets loud and prevents Savannah from getting a good night's sleep. I'm clearly expecting these baked goods to perform miracles. Alright, the goods are secured, and let's go over to the neighbor's place. We'll go ahead and visit the apartment. Oh, Bradley Tolman and Gavin Arnold are getting frisky. So, looks like we picked a bad time. Great. Love that for us. Yep, okay. They're definitely getting it on. Maybe they'll stop if we knock again? They said come in, but baby, we ain't stopping. Enter at your own risk, clearly. Okay. I bet Savannah did not expect to get this up close and personal with her neighbors this quickly. But also, why is she so mad? I mean, I get it, but also I hope she's not like jealous based on her 5-second interaction with the neighbor where she thought he was attractive. Well, we're in this now, so let's put the marshmallow squares on the counter and call them to meal. Maybe that will make them stop. Nope, they just switched positions. Okay. I love that she's like, well, I'm not gonna have one. I respect that, honestly. So they're doing their thing and she's doing hers, and this is all one big room, to be clear. Like, she definitely made full eye contact with them and saw what was going on in there, and they're just like, look, we're not stopping, so let's get out of here. This couldn't have gone worse, actually. So okay, let's go back to the drawing board and bake another batch of goods for the other neighbors on the floor. You know, with her neighbors, Gavin and Bradley, just now, the issue isn't that they were getting frisky in their own home, like, do your thing, two consenting adults, go off. But it's them telling her to come in, knowing that they're doing it in the living room of an open concept apartment where she's gonna see them as soon as she comes in. It's just diabolical, honestly.
Absolutely diabolical behavior.
Maybe Bradley's partner Gavin saw her or heard that she had an attraction or was conveying some flirtiness towards Bradley and just wanted to make it very clear that he is taken, honey. For her other neighbors, Savannah is baking some fresh bread. Maybe this baked good will render better results than those cereal marshmallow squares did. Alright, we've got the bread in Savannah's inventory, and let's check the mail, or get the mail, before she knocks on the neighbor's door. Let's see if we got anything good besides bills. What's that? Oh, Wolfium. Cool, an extra $55. An Ambrosia Society newsletter. No thanks. They need to just let us opt in voluntarily to this whole Grim Reaper thing. Let's go ahead and visit apartment. Oh, this is cute. Let's go and do a friendly introduction with her. It seemed to be oh, there's another neighbor too. Oh gosh, Bradley's back. No direct eye contact. We have seen way too much of Bradley today. In fact, let's rather go chat inside the apartment with these neighbors. Let's see what their names are. Hallie Manning, who she has awful compatibility with, and Hayden Manning, who she seems to have derived traits from already. So she's a recycled disciple, outgoing and creative. Oh, so this is Gavin. This is who was getting it on with Bradley. Again, Savannah has seen more of him than she would have ever wanted to. So let's go and sit inside. And let's actually put the bread on the table and call them to meal and enjoy this freshly baked bread that Savannah brought over. Well, even though she has awful compatibility with Hallie, at least she seems to get along decently with Hayden, so might be fun for her to get to know her better in the future and actually have a friend, live on her floor. So her brother's calling. No thanks, let's not pick that up. She can call him back later. So let's get to know her neighbors. For some reason they're all crying, which is just so strange. Let's see if she can derive more traits about Hallie besides just the awful compatibility. Ah, she learned she's erratic. Interesting. Maybe she's the one who's been making those very loud noises at night. Let's discuss interests. Aw, poor Hayden is freezing. You gotta set that thermostat to warmer, girls. 'Tis the season. The bills will take a hit, but shivering in this apartment is not it. Let's see. Let's make some more small talk. And brighten day. Oh, looks like they're leaving. They have somewhere else to be. Okay, well, bye Manning sisters. It was good to interact with them, despite it being a pretty short visit. So, you know what, like a good neighbor, let's put these plates away, and then Savannah can head back to her apartment. Oh, Callum has finally texted. Well. Look what the crab dragged in. Wow, I can't get you out of my mind lately, is that right? Want to go on a date and get some dinner? She definitely does not want to go on a date with him after he did her so dirty, ghosted her for 5 days. But you know what? Let's go and have her go and rip him a new one and yell at him for ghosting her and giving her crabs. There he is, the bastard. He is not ready. Let's bring up those mean interactions and yell at him. It's the least you deserve. She's like, first of all, how dare you? Let's keep him coming. Mean, malicious. Let's insult him. Okay, let's insult him for giving her crabs. And let's criticize woohoo techniques. She's like, second of all, the was trash. Okay. And he's just shaking his head. He's like, no, it wasn't. Let's brush him off. And, okay, lady with the red hair, you do not want to get in the middle of this. Just go away. You do not want to catch the smoke right now because Savannah is on one. Okay, mean, malicious interaction. Let's mock his fit. Like, the drip is not giving. The fit sucks. And that's not all. She's going in for more. Let's see. She's gonna jeer at him. I love that eating him up like this is making her feel confident. He's like, okay, I know you're angry and you're saying all these things, but are you saying there's a chance? So I think we should skip getting to know each other part and just have sex, preferably right now. So that's a no from Savannah, and let's instead, you know what? Let's throw a drink at him. Yeah. I love how the werewolf is like sneaking by. He's like, I don't want to catch any strays. Wait, I'm so proud of Savannah right now. She deserves a stiff martini, so let's shake one of them up for her. She stood on business and she let him know he cannot walk all over her or have her at his beck and call whenever he feels like it. So you may be rich and successful, buddy, but that's not a free pass to treat Savannah however you feel like. I did not think that she had that dog in her, but she definitely does. And I hope for Callum it's a life lesson that he can take into how he interacts with other women in the future. Miss Savannah, she should harness this confidence and self-assuredness that she demonstrated. You can channel that ferocity into her real estate career. She will be a real estate mogul in no time. So we will wrap up here for episode 3 of Selling San Myshuno. Thank you so much for watching and being on this adventure with Savannah. In the upcoming episodes, we will go to a Winterfest celebration with Savannah's dad and his girlfriend and their community in Strangerville, and an international business trip with Savannah and her colleagues at Wentworth Realty. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.